It's time for a story from our book, Tales of Friendship with Winnie the Pooh. Each story happens here, in the 100-acre wood. Hello. Are you ready to meet Pooh and all his friends? Today, I'm going to read you A Portrait of Friendship. A portrait is a picture or painting of someone. You have to sit very still when you're having your portrait painted. That's not easy, and that's where the trouble begins in this story. Ready? One day, Piglet decided to paint what he loved best of all, his friends. He asked if they would each sit for a portrait. "Why, Piglet, I'd be honoured," said Pooh. Piglet sat up, ready to paint Pooh.
"Right, Pooh,"
said Piglet.
"it's time to sit for your portrait."
Pooh looked bewildered.
"Now?" he asked. "I thought it was time to fill up my honey pot and my tummy."
Pooh thought for a moment. He didn't want to let his friend down.
"All right, Piglet," he said, sitting down. "I'm sure my tummy can wait," he said,
though he was not at all certain.
Now try to sit still, Pooh,"
Piglet said. Pooh did, but his tummy did not. First it rumbled him this way, then it rumbled him that way. Finally, his tummy rumbled Pooh right up onto his feet.
"Sorry, Piglet, I can't sit still after all,"
said Pooh as he picked up his honey pot and followed his tummy. Rabbit couldn't sit still either. When Piglet handed him some carrots to hold for his portrait, Rabbit suddenly jumped up and rushed off saying, "These carrots remind me of my garden, where I have work to do." Tigger never stopped bouncing. Kanga rushed home to her baking. Owl flew off. No one sat still for their portrait. No one except Eeyore.
"Eeyore, yours is the only portrait I've been able to finish,"
said Piglet.
"I'm just doing what I always do. Not much,"
said Eeyore. Then he lumbered off to do not much somewhere else. Piglet thought for a moment.
"That's it," Piglet cried. "I need to paint my friends doing what they always do."
Piglet packed up his things and went to find Pooh. He painted Pooh following a bee. Then he painted several bees following Pooh. Finally, Piglet painted Pooh getting a smackerel of honey. Piglet went to Rabbit's next. Instead of asking Rabbit to stay still, he painted him as he moved about. Piglet got a bit of a headache trying to follow Tigger's bouncing, but at last he managed to paint his portrait. Next, Piglet painted Kanga and Roo cooking.
"Oh dear,"
said Piglet. He sniffed his paintbrush.
"I've dipped my paintbrush into the icing."
It was a very cosy and yummy picture. Piglet couldn't wait to show his friends their portraits.
"Piglet," said Pooh, "I'd like to say how wonderful your paintings are, and I'd like to apologise for saying I'd sit still for you and then, well, not sitting still."
Piglet beamed.
"Thank you," he said, "but sitting still isn't what anybody does best."
He looked at Eeyore.
"Except Eeyore, that is."
So Piglet had portraits of his friends doing what they always do.
"And they will always remind me,"
said Piglet,
"of how lucky I am to have so many wonderful friends."
"Portraits of friendship,"
smiled Pooh. A portrait of your friends is a lovely thing to have. Ooh, hear that? It's nearly bedtime in the 100-acre wood.
Now the day is nearly through.
time for sleepy heads. But there's something we should do before we go to bed. First we get PJs on, the ones that feel just right. We're going to brush our teeth all sparkly and white. Pick our favorite storybook and tuck our toys in tight. Don't forget that hug and kiss, then turn out the light. Snug as a bear can be, dreaming in a honey tree. Snug as a bear, yeah, yeah, snug as a bear can be. Oh, bother. Think, think, think. Let's go through our bedtime list. Got our PJs on?
Yes.
We've brushed our teeth?
Yes.
Read our storybook?
Yes.
Our toys tucked in?
Yes.
Then what did we miss? Oh, yes, that hug and kiss. Snug as a bear can be, dreaming in a honey tree. Snug as a bear, yeah, yeah, snug as a bear can be. 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 Snug as a bear.